a tutorial on how to create a mirror editing technique in the style of Sebastien Jardini on pixel art. Okay, so I've gone to pixelart.com and I'm going to click on pixel art E, and I'm going to open one of the photos that I've taken previously. I've chosen a portrait just to fit in with his theme. Apply. Okay, there you can see a nice picture of myself striking a pose, which I think will work quite well mirrored. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to edit it in his style. So I'm going to go to Filters, Effect Library, and I'm going to have a look at some different effects, which I think would work quite well. So his images are often sort of like slightly colder in colour, so I'm going to go for this Carl effect, and then I'm also going to add in a colour transition as well, maybe in this stinker. That looks quite similar to his effect there. I don't think I need to tweak the exposure at all, but if you wanted to do that, you just go to adjustment. You can change brightness to contrast. I might change the tint slightly or the temperature, make it a little bit cooler. Okay, and you can see that it's all applied to that background image there. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that layer. Okay, so in order to do that, what I need to do is click on the three dots where it says layer settings, scroll down to where it says duplicate layer. Okay, and you can see it's created a little background copy. The next thing I need to do is I need to flip this image, okay? And the way I'm going to do that is by free transforming, okay? So I go up to here, to the top where it says edit, scroll down to transform, and I'm going to click on flip horizontal. You can see there it is flipped the image to the opposite direction. Now I'm going to play around with sort of like how I can see sort of like the background layer coming through. And in order to do that, I'm going to change the blending options. So I once again go to the three dots and scroll down to blend mode. Okay, now there are multiple ones that work here very well. Okay, so multiply works well in the style of Sebastien Jardini, but you just need to go through until you find an effect that you think works nicely. Okay, screen is a little bit too bright for me. Overlay, it hasn't got the right effect because we want sort of like a balance of turns on both sides, whereas the left hand side on here seems to be a bit more sort of like dominant. Darken works very well. You sort of like get this strange effect where the hair overlaps. Lighten, a bit too light once again. Colour dodge doesn't work very nicely. So you can go through until you sort of get an effect that you really like. Okay, so that's quite a strange effect. I'm going to stick with multiply for this. Yeah, I'm going to stick with multiply. Or darken. No, I'm going to stick with darken. Okay, once I've done that, that's my final image. So I go to File, Save, change the name, we call it Sebastien Jardini 1, JPEG, and download. Okay, and then from there, you can obviously edit the entire image and change sort of like the coloration on it. So all I would have to do is flatten the image, and in order to do that, I go to the top layer, click on the three little dots and flatten image, and that way I can then go into the effects library and change the effects on the overall image. Okay, so that works quite nicely, and then I would save that. Okay, you can do that multiple times. Remember, if you make a mistake, you could go to edit, undo, or you can go down here to your history in the bottom right hand corner and work your way back through it. Okay, that is your tutorial on how to create a Sebastien Jardini style edit. Thank you, everybody.